Hi, Alicia Drew here from Love in the Fast Lane. I'm a licensed therapist of 25 years and a relationship coach. I just want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the news with Jada Pinkett Smith. So, you might know the backstory. So, her and Tupac Shakur were very close, they were soulmates, but she claims no chemistry. However, he did propose to her. So, this is where I start to get a little confused about how our society is going, that you get proposed to by someone, they're your soulmate, but there's no romantic chemistry. So we really need to be working on making conscious decisions on who we're choosing to live and build our life with. And we need to be aware and vetting the people that we're getting this advice from. So Jada set up the Red Table and has become like this advice guru along with some other celebrities. However, she's just come out with a new book, Worthy, that's going to be released. And this also kind of scares me here. So just reading the little back area, Worthy teaches us who Jada is, stripping herself of all the labels and stories, reclaiming her narrative. And this is the really scary part, how to embrace our most authentic, lovable souls. However, stay tuned because she really spins things really interestingly. So in 2011, her husband, Will Smith, went all out, throwing her a several day long 40th birthday extravaganza. Jada was not happy with that, rejected it, shut it down. And then she really starts changing the language that she's using with her relationship to her own convenience. So I went and looked at some of the interviews that both her and Will gave. And some of these are quotes from their interviews. We're not married, we're life partners. We're not with other people. We can do whatever we want because we trust each other. This does not mean we have an open relationships. It means we have a grown one, unquote. And then they keep using these really fluid and confusing terms. It's a lot of like talking out of both sides of their mouth. And they're constantly held up in our society as this successful married couple and a power couple. Like, what's going on here? So then Will and Jada talk about the stages in a marriage. They say that it's when you're on the brink of divorce, you're no longer trying to make the other person happy or living together or being together. Will even says it's a fantasy illusion that they could make each other happy, unquote, in his interview with Oprah just last year. Now, he's partly right. I do believe that you need to be in charge of your own happiness. Someone else cannot make you happy. You should not demand that someone else make you happy. Only you can make you happy. But they're really taking some gross liberties with the whole idea here. Then, when we go back further and look at their logic to make themselves happy with other people, they continue to be married, I think, so that they don't lose their finances or their fame. Because as Will Smith said when he caught Jada taping him, quote, my social media presence is my bread and butter, unquote. And he got all upset when she posted something without his knowledge. And then in another interview, he said, it's friendship versus marital prison, unquote. What the hell? I've been with my husband 32 years. We've been married 27 of those years. Never in my life have I even thought of it as a prison. Like, what's going on with these people? I want to teach you all to feel like you are never in any type of marital prison, relationship prison, any of that. That's not good. I don't even understand what planet these people are living on. It's just craziness. So it is true. There are different stages in a marriage, and you're not always going to be in the honeymoon phase. I call it the ooey gooey love phase. Sometimes you're building your career. Sometimes you're building your family. Sometimes you're taking care of a crisis, extended family members. You have sick or dying parents. And of course, you want to be able to be there for those things. But how is this woman who is 43 years old having an entanglement with a 20-year-old R&B singer, August Alsina, that started way before 2020, but it really came to light in 2020? How is she given someone the advice on how to live their life and how to be happy, fulfilled, be your authentic, raw self. I mean, she's being raw, I guess, but a raw, hot mess. Don't follow directions from people like this. So back to her little entanglement. Mind you, her son is only 22. This guy that she had the affair with, also 22. Her daughter's 19. Jada showed up at the BET Awards looking all cozy with him in June 2016. He was only 19 years old then. In 2018, she has him on her talk show, The Red Table, to talk about issues with alcohol, sex, drug addiction, which to me is shades of Tupac. And then he drops a music video in April of 19 talking about how Jada has broken his heart. And then in June 2020 is when the entanglement comes to light. You cannot tell me that this has not been going on the whole time. And then she puts it under the guise of there's some healing that needs to happen, so I'm bringing it all to the red table, unquote. This woman is shameless, oblivious, or maybe both. I don't know. But what really pains me is that people are looking up to this couple and her as someone in authority. And she brings Will onto her show, and they're chanting, quote, "We ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life." Like they're proud of it. What the hell? So many of us maybe did not grow up in healthy households with models of what a marriage should be like to grow and learn from. I didn't either. So I mean, it's not necessary. But you can learn. When you follow someone that's leading their life like this, you're going to get some really messed up ideas how things should be and what healthy really is. You can't even imagine how many times I've had to have a client come to me and I've had to say, that is not okay. That is not normal. It is not healthy. Things do not need to be like this. And then we can begin to do the work of changing and finding what healthy growth looks like. So I just had to get on and say, this is not the way, people. There is a better way. Follow me. I have a lot of advice. I've got, like I said, 25 years of clinical advice, the education to back it, and then 32 years with my husband, 27 of them happily married. And we're still happily married, but we dated 5 years before we got married because I was in school getting my education. But yeah, like make sure you're paying attention to who you're getting your advice from, because just because you're rich and famous doesn't mean you know things. So check out some of my other videos and reach out if you'd like to know more. Thanks.